Hello and welcome to another update video about Link. Before we dive into the microstructure, let's take a look at our Link long-term chart on the 4-day time frame. Here we still see that the price continues to hover in a sideways range, really, not really anything substantial going on. However, the overall bigger picture scenario is still bullish. As I said to you in previous videos, the bullish count is still leading here on the larger time frame, especially as long as we're holding above the $6.90 level. So this is currently the case. For a full confirmation, however, that wave 2 bottomed in August, we need circle 1 completed, which would be an internal 5-wave move to the upside. That hasn't happened yet, okay? But we might be starting with wave 1. I mean, okay, it might have started in August, but we haven't really done much other than moving sideways. So if we now see a bit of a breakout to the upside, that could be an indication that the market is indeed working on wave 1, because at the moment the main question is, okay, is wave 2 already finished or do we get another low? That's unclear at this stage. Probabilities are very balanced at this stage, but we're going to take a look at the micro count in a minute. But overall, I want to be very clear. Still, the odds are still sort of in favor of the bulls, given that we are holding above the $6.90 level. And given that this is a valid 1-2 setup where we have a 5-wave move up from the 2023 low into the March 2024 high and then a subsequent corrective pullback. So the idea is a 3rd wave rally can send us to $70 plus. Yeah, can go higher. That's why I said $70 plus. But yeah, we might be in the early stages of an upside breakout. But bear in mind, this week is expected to be volatile. So I wouldn't really, I mean, we have to see when the market gets settled a little bit. Do we hold higher lows, things like that? I think in the next few days, maybe next week, we should know if this is actually now the start of something more exciting, that we finally start the move up, or if it's just sort of a bit of a pump and dump here that we've seen just due to the volatility that we expected anyway. But is that volatility leading to something more substantial? You know, I think we can't know that yet, you know, not just by looking at a little bit of a couple of green days, right? It's just not enough. But overall, as you know, this is still the roadmap, and then wave 5 can send us to $130 plus, or actually $100 plus. But let's first see if we can actually get the 3rd wave completed, yeah, before we get to let's say the 5th wave. Because it is what it is, you know, once Bitcoin puts a bull market top in place, the altcoins will follow. There might be exceptions, but the altcoins will just follow, and then it will not matter where Link is. Yeah, it just won't matter. It doesn't matter where Link is on the roadmap, because, you know, as long as this is only a corrective rally, or let's say as long as it's only a 3-wave move up, it can fail at any point, and they can fail at any point anyway. You know, these charts, they give us roadmaps. Bitcoin is leading, and we get an understanding of what the trend is like, what the key support levels are and validation points. But once Bitcoin, you know, big boss, is putting a top in place, you know, Link and others will follow. So don't think it has to form all 5 waves. It would be ideal, yeah, but Bitcoin is leading, and these altcoin charts, they're just too unreliable or too unclear, or let's say too weak to really do their own thing, really, right? So I would say we should now take a look at the shorter time frame chart, and it's this one, yeah, where we talked about ongoing sideways action, and I highlighted to you in the last video that it takes a break above $12 and roughly $12.40, $12.45 to invalidate the bearish short trade setup here. A 1-2 setup to the downside is typically a short trade setup, but also that a break above 1190 will already make it less likely. And because we've already broken above 1190, this yellow count will likely get invalidated, all right? But at least the micro. But just by invalidating the bearish micro count, it doesn't mean that we have to go up higher. The next pullback should tell us more, because yes, the yellow scenario is one of the scenarios presented on the micro level, but the white count as well. And the white scenario is what a 5-wave move up, as I just showed you on the larger time frame, what a 5-wave move up would actually look like. All right, so this is what we need to see to really confirm a lasting low has been established in August. And bear in mind, there is a short-term bullish and a short-term bearish scenario with balanced probabilities, but on the larger time frame, bullish is preferred as long as we're holding above 690. Why? Because even the short-term bearish count still allows for a bullish outlook overall, okay? Now, the thing is, why do I say that invalidation of the yellow count gets likely? It is because this starts to look like a 5-wave move up. So because this looks like a 5-wave move up, I can't really with high confidence see this as a wave 2 corrective rally. So I have to assume that we might already be in wave 1 of C in white, and then a pullback could be next, and we should do this, yeah? Because resistance is broken, I can now remove it from the chart. What I will do instead, I will actually add the next micro support area to the chart, which, if the price doesn't want to go down, could be a jump off point for higher prices. But bear in mind, this is just the micro structure. This can literally change from 1 hour to another, from one moment to another. But this would be current support area between 1048 and 1131. It is micro support, which means that should the price form a top in wave 1 of C, and the wave C is a 5-wave move, but should the price form a top in wave 1 here, then the subsequent pullback should not break below that support area, not be below 1048. Now the problem is wave 1 hasn't topped yet, at least there's no evidence for it, right? So that means the wave 2 pullback, it might be delayed, it mightn't happen yet. Actually, it looks as if wave 1 wants to push a little bit higher. Well, the good news is if that happens, it will invalidate the yellow count, so it's more clearly bullish, right? And I would have to, however, adjust the support area then, and that is what I mean, if the price pushes a bit higher, I would have to adjust micro support a little bit higher, and we can really only fix it to the chart. Yeah, it's only a stable support area once the wave 1 in white has actually formed a top. So that means in summary, we have a possible 5-wave move up, which looks more bullish at the moment. The next pullback should tell us the truth. Yeah, such a bullish assumption always needs to be verified by the smaller time frame, and it needs to be verified in the next pullback. So can we actually form a higher low? And if that's the case, the price might use the jump off point here for a rally in a third wave. So the good news is if that happens, the smaller degree and the larger degree are aligned, indicating possible uptrend. So that's the update about Link. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.